1942, in Guadalcanal. A U.S. Marine squad digs in along a jungle ridge. The night is quiet. No artillery. No aircraft. Then, without warning, a soft thump echoes through the trees. Seconds later, an explosion tears through the perimeter. Then another. And another. There is no visible enemy. No muzzle flash. No incoming shell whistle. The Marines call it a mortar. They are wrong. What is killing them is small enough to be carried by a single soldier. Light enough to move through jungle trails. And deadly enough to break an entire platoon. This is the Japanese Type 89 grenade discharger, better known, incorrectly, as the knee mortar. The Type 89 was not artillery. It was not a mortar in the Western sense. It was something far more dangerous in the environments where the Pacific War was fought. A portable indirect fire weapon designed to give Japanese infantry organic explosive firepower at squad level. Its story begins with a problem the Imperial Japanese Army understood earlier than most. Japan expected to fight in terrain where heavy weapons could not easily follow infantry. Jungles. Mountains. Islands. Narrow trails. Poor roads. Limited vehicles. Artillery was powerful, but slow. Machine guns were effective, but required line of sight. What Japanese infantry needed was a weapon that could deliver explosive fire over cover, without radios, without forward observers, without waiting for artillery support. They needed a weapon every squad could carry. The solution appeared in 1929 and was adopted in 1939 as the Type 89, named for the Japanese imperial calendar year. Officially, it was called a grenade discharger. Unofficially, it became one of the most feared infantry weapons of the Pacific War. The Type 89 weighed just under 5 kilograms, about 11 pounds. Short. Compact. Simple. It fired special 50mm grenades, not standard rifle grenades, using a fixed firing pin at the base of the tube. There was no trigger. To fire, the operator dropped the grenade down the barrel. Gravity did the rest. Range adjustment was ingenious and brutally effective. Instead of changing propellant charges, the Type 89 used a threaded baseplate. By turning a dial, the gunner raised or lowered the firing pin, altering how hard the grenade struck it. This controlled range from roughly 60 meters to over 650 meters. No calculations. No charts. No training in ballistics. A soldier could learn to use it in minutes. Japanese squads typically deployed the Type 89 in pairs. One gunner. One assistant. Ammunition carried in canvas bandoliers. From concealed positions, they could rain explosives onto enemy troops who had no idea where the fire was coming from. And this is where the weapon earned its reputation. American and Allied troops quickly learned to fear the sound. Not a crack. Not a bang. A soft pop. Barely audible. Often mistaken for a rifle shot or a branch snapping. Then the explosion. The delay between launch and impact created confusion. Soldiers would hear the sound, look for muzzle flashes, see nothing, and then the grenades would land among them. In jungle fighting, the effect was devastating. The Type 89 could fire from behind hills, from trenches, from dense foliage. It could hit troops taking cover behind ridgelines or inside foxholes. It could be repositioned quickly, fired again, and moved before counterfire arrived. Japanese infantry used it relentlessly. At Guadalcanal, Buna, Saipan, Peleliu, and Iwo Jima, Type 89 teams harassed American positions day and night. Sleep became impossible. Defensive lines were constantly disrupted. Casualties mounted without a visible enemy. Psychologically, the weapon was as effective as it was lethal. Many American troops believed the Japanese had far more mortars than they actually did. In reality, it was the same weapon, used skillfully, repeatedly, and close to the front line. The nickname, knee mortar, came from a deadly misunderstanding. Early in the war, some U.S. troops believed the curved baseplate was designed to rest on the knee. It was not. Doing so resulted in severe injuries, including shattered kneecaps and broken legs. The Type 89 was meant to be braced against the ground or a solid object. Japanese soldiers were trained correctly. Allied soldiers learned the hard way. By the middle of the war, U.S. forces adapted. Countermortar drills improved. Patrols hunted Type 89 teams aggressively. Artillery and air power reduced their effectiveness. But the damage had already been done. No other infantry weapon caused such disproportionate impact for its size. The Type 89 was cheap to produce. Easy to train. Reliable in mud, rain, and jungle humidity. It gave Japanese infantry something most armies lacked at the squad level: organic explosive firepower without dependence on higher command. By war's end, over 120,000 Type 89 grenade dischargers had been produced. More than any Japanese artillery piece. Today, surviving examples are common in museums, often misunderstood, sometimes still mislabeled as knee mortars. But its legacy is clear. The Type 89 proved that small weapons, properly designed and properly used, could shape entire battles. In the Pacific War, it did not matter how heavy your artillery was, if you could not bring it forward. The Japanese could. Quiet. Portable. Relentless. That was the Type 89 grenade discharger. Small weapon. Massive impact.